Hello ladies and gentlemen, hope you're feeling right as rain, happy days. Today we're going to talk about the one thing not to do when you first wake up in order to reduce burnout and the neuroscience behind it.
Yeah, well, so talk about some of the things you can do instead to help you have a more productive day.
Now it might seem trivial, but what we don't want to do the first thing when we wake up is to start checking our phone, and we will dive more into the science behind this. But in a nutshell, it makes our brain skip two important phases of waking up that are the theta and alpha brainwave phases,
which are associated with mental healing and productivity.
When our brain is just starting to wake up, it switches from delta waves, which is your deep sleep mode, where our brain produces electrical pulses at a frequency of 3 Hz and below, and switches to producing theta waves, which are at 4 to 7 Hz, where we feel dreamy or semi-hypnotized. And in this phase, it is associated with memory, intuition, and emotional connection, as well as a bit of creativity.
After theta waves, our brain then switches over to alpha waves, which run at 8 to 12 Hz, and this is a calm and deep relaxation state that is also associated with learning, but more importantly, alpha waves reduce stress and helps to alleviate depression. Alpha waves are also produced throughout the day when we are alert, relaxed, but not actively thinking, and it helps to trigger the flow state, which is a state that we get into when we are immersed in an enjoyable activity, such as creative writing or painting, or even in sports when we are relaxed and hyper-focused.
Some people might call this being in the zone, so to speak.
Anyways, when we start checking our phones right after waking up and start consuming brain-stimulating content or reading unanswered work emails, it will make our brain skip the naturally occurring theta and alpha waves as part of the waking up process and jump straight into beta waves, which is our active thinking phase, which happens at 12 to 30 Hz of frequency. So we lose out on those two important phases that help us to regulate ourselves in the morning. Not to mention, if we start reading something negative in the morning, it will trigger your stress response and anxiety, and we kind of start the day on a bad note.
So, what are some of the best practices when waking up?
Well, the first thing we ought to do in the morning is hydrate, and you could do that by having some water with salts or electrolytes. And then we can harness the power of the morning alpha waves by doing further brain decluttering activities such as meditating, which my wife does, and for me, I prefer to harness the creativity to plan my day ahead.
And for some people, a morning exercise before any meal has been beneficial for fat loss, as the body is more in a fat burning zone because no calories have been consumed for some time and no insulin has been released into the body. Oh, how wonderful. So that's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and don't check your phones in the morning when you wake up. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.